everyone? This is Catherine A.G., aka Nerdgirlism, here with another vlog for y'all. I think last time I did Sickness Saturday and Disney Sunday, but I'm going to talk about Disney today, because I love Disney so much. I have on one of my favorite outfits today, my MASH shirt and my plaid overshirt. I think it looks very grungy, and also I consider my look to be like chapstick lesbian, so this is a very good look for me. I myself I consider myself pansexual and demisexual, if I had to put any labels on it, ever since I was going through puberty. So yeah, anyways, but I'm going to be doing my hair and my makeup today. You would not believe how hard it is to find a pair of scissors in this nursing home. The med aide said finally said he'd let me borrow a pair of his. I told him it was for cutting my hair. And he said he didn't know if they were good use for that, but I trimmed it a little bit. It's pretty much to the point where right now it's pretty good. I could style it into a flat top a little bit better now. But I still am needing some product for my hair and face. I saw this ad last night on YouTube for a service called Instacart. I think maybe I'll try and use them and see if they have some of the stuff I need. I've never used online retailers before, so I'm kind of freaked out by it. If anyone has any suggestions of the best ones to use, please leave in the comments, because I never have before. Anyways, so it used to be called Disney MGM Studios. Now I don't even know what it's called. I think it's like just the Disney Studios, maybe. I'm not sure what it's called. That shows you how long it's been since I've been there, unfortunately. Because although Epcot was my favorite as a child, MGM Studios was another close favorite of mine, because it was all movie related. And like the title says, I grew up knowing it as Disney MGM Studios. And it was always one of those parks you could do, at least my family could do, in like half day. We'd spend the first half of the day at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and then the second half at Disney MGM Studios. But honestly, for the lack of, I guess, attractions, that MGM Studios, in my opinion, has some of the best attractions. Especially once they got the Tower of Terror and the Rock and Roller Coaster. Which I understand the Tower of Terror is now some kind of Guardians of the Galaxy ride thing. Which, fine, I get that's cool. But I know from like planning that I've seen and stuff, that they plan to make the bulk of the Marvel section of the park kind of across from it, like a totally different section, where the Great Movie Ride used to be, is supposedly going to be Stark Expo. So I feel like they kind of messed that up. They could have made the Guardians of the Galaxy ride closer in proximity to the rest of the Marvel stuff, but whatever. when I went there, there was no such thing as like Star Wars Land. I know that's about to open up, whatever it's called, where they have a whole replica of the Millennium Falcon you can go in. They never had that whenever I went there. They were always very Star Wars heavy though. One time I went there in 2004, I think. We went whenever it was Star Wars weekends. I was so excited. I was the one who suggested that we go on that Sunday to MGM Studios, because I wanted to experience the Star Wars stuff they had going on, and my dad agreed, so everything, all the attractions were like Star Wars up. Like, they had, I don't know if it's still open, but they used to have a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, like a replica of the set in the game, and it was all Star Wars related questions, and it was crazy because the contestant that they got was like the only person in the audience who, like, they'd never seen Star Wars. And so they got booed and stuff. I think they only got a few of the questions right before they got a new contestant on there. But there were stormtroopers all over the park, all over the entrance, even on the top of the entrance where you buy tickets. They were like standing with fake guns and stuff. There were Star Wars parades. It was just all Star Wars up, which was amazing because at that time, the Star Wars series was like one of my favorite movie series, I guess. Around that time, I mean, I'd gotten into other trilogies as well, like Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones, Back to the Future, etc., etc. So, I consider Star Wars one of my favorite series, but it's definitely up there. Like, I have an actual, not an actual, but you know, like a expensive lightsaber, well, the $100 ones. It's Luke's lightsaber, you know, from Return of the Jedi, the green one. I love the color green anyways. And my ex actually got me the lightsaber for, maybe it was Valentine's Day? It was a special occasion. And, because they're expensive, you know. So it was a special occasion. He said he was deliberating between that one and the Yoda one, because the Yoda one is also green and it's smaller, like more compact to my size. But he went with Luke's lightsaber. Because he thought I would appreciate it more, because Luke is my favorite character. And the Yoda with the lightsaber, like the crazy, tumbling, crazy Yoda is, like, stupid to me. I don't like CG Yoda. I like Muppet Yoda. So he made the right choice. He also got me Jedi robes too, and I considered taking them with me to Disney World, but then it was like 80-something degrees, so I would have sweat like crazy. There were lots of people there in Jedi robes though. But one thing I love about MGM Studios is the restaurants. The two best restaurants they have there are like a 50s family restaurant and the Sci-Fi Dining Theater. The 50s family restaurant, I forgot what it's called, but it literally is like that. Like, you sit at a table in a replica booth of like a 50s kitchen, There's like a little TV on your table, I think, that shows like old TV shows like the old Mickey Mouse Club and Zorro and all that stuff. And then the waiters and waitresses there treat it like a 50s family establishment. They're like, don't put your elbows on the table. Just serve food, like comfort food, like pot roast and stuff like that. And the 50s dining theater is like the coolest. Because you go in and it literally looks like a drive-in. There's a huge screen showing clips from old sci-fi movies. And then what you eat in our booths that are replicas of like old cars. So it looks literally like a drive-in movie experience. And also when I went there, like, I guess we were allowed to get whatever we wanted to eat, obviously, because I got what I usually traditionally get to eat on trips is at every place I will get a hamburger, because if your establishment serves a great, just simple food hamburger, then you win in my book. So I got a burger and fries, obviously. And then, with my meal, I hardly ever get milkshakes with my meal, but they have $5 milkshakes. I got vanilla $5 milkshake with my meal. It was after I'd seen Pulp Fiction, of course, so I was like joking about it, but it was that good. It was a great $5 milkshake. I'm gonna try. I know it's deodorant, but I just found it today, actually. I thought it was soap. Me being visually impaired, I thought it was soap. I opened it and it was deodorant. It smells divine. But I was thinking maybe I could use it kind of as powder because they don't have any baby powder here or anything. So I'm gonna try it out. Anyways, the best attraction at MGM Studios that is not there anymore was the Great Movie Ride. Because it taught me about so many great movies. That's where I first heard of a lot of movies, was on the Great Movie Ride. Oh, it smells so good. I hope this looks good. It smells good. But one thing that me and my sister did as we got older was they used to show, or like they'd update over time, but they had a montage at the very end of the ride of different famous movie clips. I think, now thinking back on it, I think they're all like MGM sponsored, probably. MGM related movies or whatever, or Disney in some way. But one thing we do is throughout the years, we would see how many of the movies at the end of the montage we'd seen. Because we're huge movie buffs. And so that was a fun thing for us to do together. Another thing I love there is the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular. It's kind of the same show every time, but it's always amazing and always cool to see actual stunt people doing stunts. They would do like they were all stunts from Raiders. They were like the opening of Raiders, with the huge, like, ball. Then they would do some stunts from the Cairo part of the movie with Marion in it, you know. And then the last stunt they do was the stunt with the plane and the big muscle guy, you know. But so that was always really, really cool. Probably the best couple rides, like I said before, were Tower of Terror, which is honestly exhilarating and honestly very scary. Just because it's frightening. It drops you. It's scary. It's an elevator. Made to look like one. It's scary. Maybe the Guardians ride's a little bit more fun. And then the ride that's right beside it, the Rock and Roller Coaster. I love it because you get to listen to freaking Aerosmith on a roller coaster. I mean, that's amazing enough. And the whole design of it inside is just awesome. I'm talking about the line itself and inside the ride. Both designs are amazing. Because the line looks like a record studio. So that's really cool and really fun. The whole experience is just really, really fun, I think. I have no clue what my face looks like right now. I'm going to have to hold the phone up pretty close to see if this worked out. Or if it looks ridiculous, but, let me do that real quick and I'll go back to storytelling. I still can't really tell. I'm worried about if it looks too light or not. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, check real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I couldn't really tell in the mirror. It doesn't look too light to me, but I'm gonna kind of blend in a little bit more, blot off a little bit. My face smells really good though. Anyways, MGM Studios. Let me go back to that, I guess. I always loved the Muppet Vision 3D attraction because I love the Muppets, and at the time it was one of the best 3D shows I ever seen. I can remember one before that that used like the regular color format, which eventually would be adapted into making 3D movies today. Like, you know, Avatar and what have you. That technology would not exist, I don't think, without Jim Henson's Muppet Vision 3D. I think it opened with the park, but I think that would have been in 89, so I wonder if Jim Henson actually watched it. He probably directed it and stuff. I think he died in 91. Don't hold me to that, but my favorite Muppet, too, was always Fozzie. So I want to be a stand-up comedian ever since I was young. My sister's favorite was always Gonzo. Weirdo. And I loved Muppet Babies too. That's a little bit off subject, but Muppet Babies was the shit. I know they have lots of new Toy Story stuff. I've only been on the Toy Story Mania ride once when it very first opened, so there were lots and lots and lots of glitches. It wasn't even open half the time, so I don't really know if it's that good of an attraction. I don't know. It's probably old now, but this was back then, so. So they don't have many rides. I always like, they might have removed it by now, but the Honey I Shrunk the Kids, like, play park, it was basically a park section that was, like, huge, made you seem really small, like, huge blades of grass, huge ants you climb on, huge things that were made into slides. It was a pretty fun little park. I have video footage and pictures of me younger with the Ninja Turtles there. I know they weren't Disney, but maybe they were MGM. I don't know. And one thing they always had was like a backlot tour. That was about an hour. That took you through MGM and Disney Studios' actual backlots and actual sets. I remember nowadays that, like, I am so into the Golden Girls. I've seen every episode. They had the Golden Girls house that they used as the outside. They had that on their lot. The house from Ernest Saves Christmas. The house from the old show Adventures in Wonderland. I don't know if y'all remember that. Used to be on Disney Channel. It was like a updated version of the Alice in Wonderland story. It was a really cool show, actually. They had a cool theme song. Adventures in Wonderland. Look it up. Anyways. Oh, great. I'm kind of running low on my makeup. What the heck? Anyways. I think the backlot tour attraction is closed nowadays, but I remember the last time I went on it, they were talking about at the animators at MGM were creating Lilo and Stitch. So it's been a while since I've been on the ride. They used to have like a live Little Mermaid show. which basically was like a condensed version of The Little Mermaid. It was all the songs from the show and probably a few lines thrown in there to like string it together. So I always enjoyed that though because it was pretty high caliber. Disney's always very high caliber, so. I remember they used to have a Beauty and the Beast show. And that turned into a Doug live show, which I never saw. And then at MGM, for some reason my family never stayed for like the fireworks show. I know it's like all villain related. What's it called? I don't remember what it's called. We never saw it, so. I think I literally went over all of the rides they have there. And the shows. Oh, well, I forgot Star Tours when I was talking about Star Wars stuff. They're probably going to get rid of that whenever they reopen their Star Wars area. That was always a fun ride. They probably have like a ton of new attractions now, but I don't even know if because I haven't been there recently, but I grew up with the original stuff in the park. I have lots of great memories of them. And I'm finishing up my makeup right now. But, please stay tuned. I'll either talk about Disney more tomorrow, or if I choose to, I'll talk about something else. I don't know yet. But, obviously, let me see, we have 2 parks left. Animal Kingdom and Magic Kingdom. I'll probably leave Magic Kingdom to talk about to last. And then also, I've been to Blizzard Beach. And then, oh my gosh, what's it called? Downtown Disney. So I can talk about those a little bit as well. Like I said, I'm a huge Disney fan. I love Disney. So I can find lots to talk about whenever I talk about Disney. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and hearing me talk about Disney. And I'll probably be back with the lunch vlog because today's Saturday. I've got nothing to do. I'm not saying I'm bored, but you know, I'm gonna look for stuff to do. Looking for stuff to talk about with y'all. And I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel to hear more of my stories. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it.